Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Kubernetes object series, and the first one going to be talking about the pod today, and I'm going to release videos for other Kubernetes object as we go. So the overview of Kubernetes pod. What is a Kubernetes pod? Kubernetes pod is the smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes, and it representing a group of one or more containers that share storage, network, and specification on how to run the containers. Basically, pods are designed to be ephemeral, right? Meaning that they can be created, destroyed, and recreated as needed. Containers within the pod can communicate with each other using what we call local hosts. And the importance of Kubernetes architecture is that pods are fundamental for Kubernetes architecture as they encapsulate application containers like storage resources and unique network identities. So containers within a pod share the same life cycle, meaning that they are created and terminated together. They also share the same network namespace, allowing them to communicate via local hosts, as I said earlier. So here's the detailed explanation of a YAML file, right? As you can see to your left, we have a YAML file for a pod. And the first thing we're going to see is the API version that specifies the Kubernetes API version we use, right? And for the pod, this is typically V1. After that, we're going to have kind that define the type of Kubernetes resource. In this case, it is a pod. And we have metadata that contain metadata about the pod, such as its names, labels, and so on. And after that, we're going to have what we call the spec. And the spec describes the desired state of the pod. This is where the pod configuration is defined. And under the spec, we have what we call containers. And under containers, we have a list of containers that will run inside the pod. And inside there, we're going to have like the name of each containers. We can have also the init containers inside, and we can have images, port, environment variable, resources, volume mount, and so on. And we're going to see them with more details when we're going to work on deployment. Let's just focus for now on the simple pod. So I'm going to click on pod this one, and you're going to see this is the basic definition of a pod. What we have is that we have the API version and we have the kind that's going to be a pod, and you can see the definition, a collection of containers that can run on a host. And we have the metadata, and we're just going to name the pod nginx-pod. That's going to be the name of our pod. And we're going to put a label as app, and it's going to be nginx, right? The value going to be nginx. This is going to be the key. And on the spec, we're going to list our containers. For now, we're going to put one container, but we can put multiple containers if we want. And to put another container, do you can just come over here and put hyphen name, and let's call it container 2. We're going to need the image. Let's use nginx letters. We're going to need the port, and let's use the same port. And let's save this. So this is going to give us two containers. The first one going to be the nginx, and the second container going to be container 2, right? But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to deploy one container. So I'm going to second, and I'm going to save it. So now I'm ready to deploy this pod. What I'm going to do is that you need to make sure that you are able to access a Kubernetes cluster. For me, I'm using the Docker desktop and enable Kubernetes on Docker desktop. So for the terminal, I'm going to use K9S to have a nice view. So I'm going to do K9S. And the default namespace, you're going to say there's no pod. I'm going to come to the studio, open a terminal, go to terminal, and pass the command kubectl, apply. Then I'm going to apply for this pod. And I press enter. We should see a pod, right? And this is how we deploy a pod in Kubernetes. In the next video, we're going to talk about another Kubernetes object that we call deployment. They're going to enable us to handle pod deployment and replica set in one single Kubernetes object. See you in the next video.